Hello there, my name is Barbara Ames, and in this video, I'm going to show you some very basic Facebook navigation. Now, this video is for you if Facebook is still a bit of a mystery and maybe a little intimidating. I'm not going to get into anything more complex in this video than the very basics of finding and connecting with friends so that you can start connecting with your friends and feeling more comfortable in this arena. Not only are many of your potential clients hanging out on Facebook, but your collaboration partners, your peers, masterminds, coaching programs, and more can be found there as well. So you don't want to miss the boat. And the best way to get started and start feeling comfortable is to use it to connect with your friends. So I want you to open up Facebook next to this tutorial and follow along with me in your Facebook. So when you first log on to Facebook, you're in your news feed. And you never know what's going to pop up in your news feed. So there are two main pages or views in Facebook. Your news feed, which is what we're on now, and your page, which is where all the posts that you create live, as well as posts that your friends have tagged you in. And we'll talk about tagging in just a minute. Now, you can access these two main views or pages here. So right here, if you click on your name with your picture, that will take you to your page, to your profile page, and this will show all the posts that you have posted, as well as posts that your friends have tagged you in. And next to it says Home. When you click on Home, that takes you to where we were, which is your news feed. If you notice, the posts in my news feed changed, and they're constantly changing as your friends add different posts. So as you can see here in your navigation bar, Home is what Facebook calls your news feed. And when you click on your name with a picture, you go to the page that has the posts that you have created. So let's go back and take a little closer look at what you see when you first log on to Facebook, your news feed. So I'll click on Home to go back to my news feed. So again, this is where posts from your friends, who are the people that you have friended on Facebook, will appear. So think of your news feed like this. Instead of turning on the radio or TV and hearing the news about things that have happened to people you don't know, you can go to your Facebook news feed to see what people who you do know are up to. So you may discover that your friend is in a foreign country, or a cousin has a new boyfriend, or an acquaintance is totally crazy about a new movie. You'll also see videos and pictures that your friends share, so you'll learn about their passions and their challenges. So here a friend of mine has posted some pictures of a city that she's visiting. Now, if you scroll down your news feed, some of these things are advertising as well. So this one here is an advertisement. And how do I know that? Because instead of having the person's picture next to it, let's go back here and see, instead of having the person's picture next to it, it has the picture of the advertiser next to it. And if I keep scrolling down, I'll find other pictures that my friends have posted, as well as some things that they have shared. This is probably a picture that this person has shared, and I might find videos. Oh, everybody's up to all kinds of fun stuff. Now, going back up to the top of your news feed, you'll see that while you're in your news feed, you can, if we can ever find the top, you can post your own post right from your news feed. You can also post it from your page, again, which you get to by clicking on your name and photo. You can also post, it'll go to the same place, which is on your friend's news feed. So I'm going to go back to the news feed, or as Facebook calls it, Home. You can upload a photo or a video or say whatever's on your mind. So let's go ahead and post something together. So let's see. I'm creating an instructional video to help my friends who are totally mystified and confused when they log on to Facebook the way that I used to be. understand the very basics so they don't feel intimidated and can interact with me and others here. If you're reading this and in that camp, stay tuned for the video. Okay, so I've just created the post that I want to post. So now if I want it to show up on my friends' news feeds, I'll click post right here. Boom. And you see it shows up in my news feed. And if I go back to my page, I'll see it right here at the top because it's my latest post that I've created. And I could have also added a picture, of course. And let's say I misspelled a word or I want to rephrase something, I can go into it at any time and click this little down arrow, and then I can go edit post. And this will allow me maybe to get rid of one of those little dots and then go done editing. So just because you've posted something, it doesn't mean it's the end of the world. You can go back to it at any time. You can delete it, you can save it for later, or you can edit it. Okay? Now, the other thing that you can do while you're in your news feed is you can comment on any of your friends' posts. So let's go down here, and you can also like their posts. So here's a friend of mine, a client actually, and she's just posted this fun picture with Atlas, it looks like. Standing on the shoulders of a woman. And so if that resonates with you, you can go in and you can like that. And if you want to add your own comment, you can click comment here. And if you notice, the cursor shows up here and you can write down here. Yeah, you got that right. Okay, and then hit enter. And now that comment will appear under her post when she goes to her page, okay? And I'll show you another place where she'll see that I commented on that. I'll show you that in just a minute. Now, I've mentioned tagging a few times. So tagging is simply a way to put somebody's name inside a post so that you're sure that they'll see it, because you have no way of knowing which one of your friends are actually going to see your posts that you post, because it all depends on how many friends somebody has and how many posts a day those friends are posting, whether or not they'll even see your post or not. So if I want to make sure that somebody I know sees this post I just did, for example, let's say I want to make sure John sees this. So I'll edit it and I'll start typing in his name. And you always start with a capital so that Facebook knows that it's a name. And I'm going to type John, and then you see a list of all the Johns that I'm friends with drops down, but I want John Argro to see this. So I'll select that, and you notice that his name turns blue. The full name appearing, his name turns blue. So then I go done editing. Now this will absolutely appear in John's news feed, and he'll get a notification up here that he's been tagged. And so that's a great segue to bring us up to the navigation bar. So we've already looked at how you can get to your page, which is by clicking on your name, and then home page, which brings you to the news feed where all your friends' posts appear. And then there's 3 other icons next to that. So let's talk about those for a minute. So the first icon, which is a picture of 2 people, it looks like, when somebody sends you a friend request, a little red number like this will appear next to those people. And that means that you've got a friend request pending. Somebody wants to be your friend. Oh boy. So what you'll do is you'll click it and you'll see that it will come up here. So this person has requested to be my friend. And you see we have 7 mutual friends, and I can put my cursor over here to see who those people are. And then if I want to be her friend, I can click confirm, or I can click delete request. Now, if I hit delete request, don't worry, she's not notified that I don't want to be her friend. I just won't show up as being her friend. That's all. So I'm going to click confirm because I want to be her friend. And now we are friends. We're connected. So now her posts may show up in my newsfeed, and my posts may show up in her newsfeed. All right, so the next icon is this little text balloon, and this is where you can send somebody a personal message, so a PM, and that just means a message that's only going to show up to them personally. It's not going to show up in their newsfeed. So when somebody sends you a personal message or a PM, a little red number will show up here. And when you click on it, you can see the message that was sent to you. And you can respond to them, and it all remains private. It's basically the same as texting on your phone, except you're doing it through Facebook, but nobody but you and that person will see that message. Now, the third icon is the little world here, and this is an important one. This is a notifications icon. So this tells you whenever somebody is interacting with you or one of your posts. So if somebody likes something that you've posted, you'll get a notification here. If somebody comments on your post. Also, if you're in a group and somebody in the group posts something, you'll get a notification here. So for example, here, I posted something, that post that I just created that said I'm creating an instructional video. So here, 2 people have liked this already, my friend Alicia and my friend Leanne. So that's where you can see that people have seen your post and like it. So let's see what else. Then here's somebody in a group that I'm in that has posted something. And here's somebody where I commented on somebody else's post and they're liking my comment. So this is how we can let each other know that we saw their post or their comment in our news feed. So really important. And also, if you're involved in any groups, this is where you'll get the latest news if somebody in your group has posted something. And if you notice, once I've actually clicked on the notification, it turns white. Before that, it's sort of bluish gray. 2 ways I can turn it off or just remind myself later that I've actually seen that is I can either click on it and go to what it's referring to, or if I don't want to go to it, I can hover my cursor over here and there's a little box or a circle or something. I can't quite see it. And I can just click on that and it will mark it as red. You see now it turns white when I move my cursor away. Same thing here. If I don't want to go actually to the post to see what they have posted in this group, I can just go up to here where it says mark as red, click that, and it's done. And now I won't confuse that with a newer post that comes through. So now that you're on Facebook and you know a little bit how to navigate and it's a little bit hopefully less confusing, let's say you want to find somebody and reach out to them and friend them. So the way you can do that is either from your page or from your news feed. On both of those pages, you'll notice up in the navigation bar here, you will see a search field. So if you want to find somebody that you want to friend, you want to go to this bar and you want to start typing in their name. So I know somebody I want to friend, and that's this person here. Now, if it's somebody that you share mutual friends with, they'll pop right up close to the top and make it really easy. If it's somebody like an old childhood friend that you don't have any mutual friends with, then you might have to dig a little bit. But in this case, she came right up to the top. So I'm going to click on her, and that takes me to her profile page, right? That's the same as my page here, but this is what hers looks like. And then I simply on her banner, I'm going to go and click on add friend. And you see now it changed to friend request sent. And so as soon as she sees my request and confirms it, if she does, I'll get a little red number up here and it will notify me that Nicole Peterman has accepted my friend request. And again, if she deletes it, I won't get notified, but we just won't be friends. Boo-hoo. Okay. So lastly, in this video, I'd like to introduce you to one more way to navigate through all the pages and groups that you're going to be creating and joining. So to do that, you will go not to your page, not to your profile page, but to your home page, which again is your news feed. And now I'd like to bring your attention to the left side of the page, the grayed out area here, and this is going to list all the different groups. If you scroll down, you'll see the groups that you've joined, any pages that you've created, any apps that you have signed up for, and any friend groups that you have created. So for example, if you want to see all the groups that you've joined, just hover over groups. You'll see a little more appears. Just click on that. Now all the groups that you've joined will appear here. And if you haven't joined any groups, don't worry. You can go out and start joining groups and they will appear here. Now I'm going to click the back button just to get back to that newsfeed. I could also, of course, just click on home. And my friends are just all over the place here. And so then, now if you look at the top here, there's favorites. So most of the time, I don't ever go past my favorites. And what I do is I'll go down to groups that I interact with the most. And let's go back to that page. And I will click over here on Add to Favorites. Now, when I do that and go back to my home page or my news feed, now you'll see that that group appears down here. So these are my favorite groups, the groups that I interact with the most, and that way I don't have to go down here and find them this way. All right, well, that's it for this basic tutorial. Now, obviously, there's a whole lot more to Facebook, but this should be plenty enough for you to start following your friends and interacting in groups on Facebook. So, ciao for now.